Hey guys, Kawa here. Just gonna do a little masteries with you guys for a second here. So basically, I'm making a change to my mastery build. I've used this build for a really, really, really long time. Um, I didn't always have glass cannon. I used to have more points in utility. I used to run a couple points in mystic dispersion for defense, but went into diversity, and I wasn't really into that anymore. So my defenders for Mystic weren't very strong either, so I just figured screw that and just try to get some other defenders. And I got my Rhino up, so then basically I'm gonna be taking these 3 points here out of Glass Cannon, moving them into Assassin, and I'm gonna be grabbing 1 point out of Inequity and maxing out Assassin. Because if you do the math on it, this gives you a 60% increase over the last 18%. So it works out to being the same amount of damage increase basically as Glass Cannon throughout the whole fight, which is like 6-7% damage. But it doesn't have the cost of you losing health on all your attackers and defenders. So Glass Cannon I think is worth having. It's a great trade off. It's amazing for like the Iron Man and the Ultron, able to use less healing items to get them to the points of regen, but it slightly reduces Wolverine's regen and other kind of regens that are based on your total health, like Venom Pool. So it's okay mastery, but it's not completely like the best one, right? So there's pros and cons to Glass Cannon. So I'm just gonna be putting in my points now so you can see what I'm doing here. So I grabbed 3 Encourage because this mastery is amazing. There's a lot of time where you're getting the full 20% damage increase, and it's a lot better than Pierce, which is only your crits already ignore almost all armor, so Pierce doesn't really actually add anything. It's kind of a pointless mastery. The lesser precision and cruelty, they're alright, but they don't actually provide much for your points because you're very, very limited with your mastery points, and you have to be very efficient with where you're willing to put those masteries and get the most value out of them. So I don't have suicides unlocked. They're amazing for arena. I've just always never had suicides. I'm just used to grinding the hard way through the arena. If you have them unlocked, definitely turn them on when you're doing a hard grind. Some people like to keep them on full time because they play is arena, so that's cool if they're into that. So yeah, now we can grab. I have 2 points in despair because in war, since my build I run resonate, I trigger a lot of debuffs on people and I want to keep their healing down. It turns all my guys kind of into a little bit like heal blockers. So if I had room for 3 points, I'd put 3 points, but I definitely only have room for 2 right now. There you go. So we got our deep wounds unlocked now. Now we're gonna max out assassinate, but we're gonna have to go buy. I already have these cores, by the way, from Rocket's scrapyard. I thought they were gonna put out new masteries by now, but they haven't put out any new masteries, so I'm just gonna get this mastery. I'm sure I'll use this one in the future anyways, even if they put out new masteries. And since there's gifting going on, I can gift people cores and get these cores back if they do put out new masteries. Because those are a lot better value than any of the gifting crystals. If you've seen some openings, those things have like no value. So we'll recover the points here, and then we'll go back. We'll slam in the last point in Assassin here. And this is going to really help me when I have to finish off a boss or finish off a fight. And when you can go in the fight and they're already in the range of Assassin, you just absolutely just tear them apart. So if you usually find yourself finishing things, then that's amazing. And like I said, my guys won't be losing health now, so that's going to help with my war defenders and all my attackers. It's quite a bit of health if you have like a rank 4. So got a max out block proficiency here. It's a really important mastery to have. Without this mastery, your guys take so much damage when they're blocking, you completely can't stand your ground. And then one energy resist. I go this way instead of getting stand your ground because the physical resist helps your defenders a lot more. Unless you have like one or two mortals on defense, then stand your ground can actually be pretty good for them because you can't heavy them to get rid of their power gain when they're just sitting there blocking. You definitely want 3 in recovery. If you use Ultron at all, you need 3 recovery to be able to use his arc overload, or what's it called? Sorry, the processing healing should go from 1 recovery to the second one, from 25% all the way up to 75%. You need max recovery, so I like to keep max willpower. Not a lot of people do anymore, but I find it's very useful just trying to keep yourself alive, topped up against nodes when you go in with the wrong champions and you don't have a bleed immune right now or a poison immune. So we can put in 2 points in inequity. I use a lot of champs with a lot of debuffs, and I also use resonate, so inequity is pretty strong for me. But it does cap out. So the maximum it has is 36% reduction. So with 3 points, that's already like you can only get 6 debuffs and you're maxed out. So 5 bleeds with Wolverine and 1 resonate, and it's max damage reduction. But yes, a lot of characters can't even hit the max. And the few that can usually can go over. Like Iron Fist can sometimes hit up to the max, but I'd rather trade off a bit of damage reduction here right now just to get a little bit more assassin damage, just so I can end my fights quicker. So there you go, guys. That's my mastery change. I'll see you guys next time. Any questions, let me know. Bye.